Hey everybody, Cory here from The Real Heroes, back with yet another video. And in today's video, I wanted to kind of just do like a somewhat of a stream of consciousness about physical media and how that compares to your streaming media. As I've mentioned before in a couple videos, I was a streaming guy for the last couple of years, but then the quarantine happened. I made some upgrades to my home theater equipment here at the house, and I invested back into physical media. Why on earth would I do that? And you know, this video is not to be something where I tell you what to do. If you like streaming, if that works for you, if you don't think you're going to benefit from the physical media, hey, that's fine. Go check out some of our other videos. They're really cool. We talk about WandaVision. You can only stream that on Disney Plus right now. There is no physical copy. There may never be. Who knows? But if you're interested in the advantages of having physical media and utilizing them and what that'll do for your viewing experience, this is the video for you. Go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications. That way you don't miss anything from us in the future. And let's dive right in. So for me, the main thing, okay, I'm just kidding. So not the main thing, but what happens if you lose your internet connection? Netflix don't work, right? Yeah, exactly. So if that happens and your internet goes down for 4 hours, but it's Saturday afternoon and you want to watch a movie and you don't like to go outside because you're pale like me and the sun hurts you, yeah, you got to stick with your physical discs. So you pop in Avengers Endgame on 4K HD Blu-ray and you're good to go. You got 3 hours of solid content there with rip-roaring sound and tremendous video, and the best way to watch that movie outside of a movie theater. So that just a little bit of a joke there, but it is a real thing. If your internet does go out, you can't watch anything on Netflix or Hulu or Amazon or Disney or HBO or any of the 1,000,001 streaming services that we're all paying for now. So, but what it really boils down to for me is the idea of compression. And you might say, what exactly do you mean by compression? Well, when you take into account these films that these studios are making that have incredible visual detail, 4K, tons and tons and tons and tons of pixels, it's hard to move all of that data when you're pulling it from the internet, bringing it down to your television, trying to keep up back and forth. You might be on Wi-Fi. You might be lucky enough to have your device hardwired into your internet at home with an Ethernet cable, if you guys remember what those are. If you don't, I'd highly recommend it for your Apple TV. It will make your viewing experience significantly better. But you know, it's a lot. It's a lot to keep up with, and you lose quality sometimes that way. So if you look take Netflix for example, Netflix says that for 4K viewing, you should be able to allot 25 megabits per second worth of download speed to be able to enjoy their content in what they refer to as 4K. And that's cool. That is a true 4K image. If you look at the resolution, it's the correct amount of pixels to make that 2160p that is 4K. However, what that's doing is lowering the bit rate of that video and audio and compressing that picture down to a place where, you know, you're essentially losing a substantial amount of the data that is captured in that video and audio file. So for example, you know, if you're getting a bit rate of 25 megabits per second on a Netflix stream, if you pop in that same movie on a 4K Blu-ray disc, since you have a direct source, there is no compression on that disc. It is a pure finished file that is sitting in the same room as you. It's not coming from a server farm somewhere in God knows where, right? It also, because of the fact that it doesn't have compression, you're going to see bit rates anywhere from like 82 megabits per second all the way up to like 120 or 130 megabits per second. You're looking at 4 to 6 times the quality of the video when you're using a physical disc as when you're comparing it to streaming. And that is enough for me, especially. So when you're looking at scenes that are dark, so nighttime scenes where it's raining, scenes where there's just a lot going on the screen, if you compare a Netflix stream to a 4K HDR Blu-ray, you're going to see a huge difference on the 4K disc. It's going to blow your mind how much more detail it retains. The banding is not there, the noise is not there. It is the true vision of the filmmaker that you're actually getting to see, or the closest thing to it for home viewing that you can find, which is wonderful. And it's not just the video, it's the audio as well. So a Netflix stream with what they refer to as their Dolby Atmos codec, which is true. They can call it Dolby Atmos because it is going to hit all of your ear level speakers, and if you have height channels, it's going to engage those. It's going to shoot that sound down at you, or if you've got up firing speakers, it's going to bounce them up at your ceiling and then bounce that back to you. So it is going to give you the effect. However, the audio caps out at about 780 kilobits per second. Kilobits. So you're not even getting 1 megabit per second on the audio bit rate when you're streaming off of Netflix. So think about that. You pop in your 4K Blu-ray disc of whatever movie you were just watching on Netflix, and depending on the scene, you get anywhere from like 5 megabits per second, 8 megabits per second, maybe even 10 or 12, which you're essentially multiplying your audio quality by 6 to 10 times. So you're going to get richer sound. It's going to engage all of your speakers if you have more than one. You're going to get more activity out of your subwoofer. Those height channels are going to provide more of an effect to you. It really mimics the movie theater experience because, again, you're watching something directly off the source. To me, that's worth it. That's enough where I'm at the point where if a movie comes out on a home release, I will buy it on a 4K Blu-ray disc. Part of the benefit of that is you're going to get a digital code with it anyways. So if you want to put it into your iTunes library, it can be there. That way, if you want to watch on your iPad or your iPhone or your laptop when you're traveling, perfectly fine. You can do that. You own the movie, it's there. You're still going to have to rely on an internet connection. There's still going to be probably a little bit of compression when you watch it, but it's still available to you. And then when you're back at home and you want to watch it in the highest quality possible, you've got the disc in which to do so. Another major reason for this is because, Disney Plus might only be $7 or Netflix might be $18 and you get a ton of content, and that's wonderful. But what if all of a sudden the contract runs out for that film and then it's no longer on Netflix? Now you can't watch it. You've spent all that money on Netflix, now you gotta buy it again on a physical disc. I think it's worth it to, either get it when it comes out and just bite the bullet and pay what it costs, or wait until it goes on sale. 4K Blu-rays are down to, some of them are $8 to $10 on Amazon or on Best Buy nowadays. So it's perfectly fine to wait, get the disc, have the digital copy, put it in your iTunes library, have it in multiple places, and not have to rely on Netflix and their ever-changing library of titles to give you a good viewing experience for whatever movies you want to watch. So maybe it's just me, maybe I'm crazy, I don't know. I know there's a large community out there that is really embracing the physical media. I'm happy to be kind of new to it, but it's been a great experience so far. I've really, really enjoyed watching a lot of these movies because it's almost like watching them for the first time all over again. You see things you didn't see before. You hear things you didn't hear before. You feel like you're in the movie in ways that maybe you didn't get to. Maybe if you went to a bad movie theater that had bad calibration on their projectors and not a great sound system, and you had a crappy experience seeing it at the theater, this is a way to remedy that and really enjoy yourself as you're watching these films. So like I said, I would highly suggest it. If any of you guys have made the leap back into physical media, or if you've always stuck with it. Would love to hear from you in the comments. Would love to get some discussion going on what this is like for you, if you prefer streaming, if you prefer physical, what that looks like, what you might invest in the future. We'd love to hear all of it. And like I said at the beginning of the video, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video, click the notification bell, that way you don't miss anything from us in the future. We've got a lot of great content coming, more WandaVision videos, Falcon and the Winter Soldier is coming right after that, the Snyder Cut is coming right after that, the Justice League, Loki's coming out in May, Black Widow's coming out in May, Star Wars Bad Batch probably coming out sometime this spring. We're busy. We're going to be working a lot here on the channel, so please make sure to, again, hit that notification button so that way you always catch all of our videos. And until next time, we'll see you in the next video.